Hi guys, Mike Lickenerk. It is Wednesday midday. Usually Wednesday midday I do a YouTube that's related to training, something like that, blah blah blah. We're done with the 50-day, barely made the cut. That was great, so let's move on. Okay, so what I want to talk today is about endurance. Okay, if you know me well, you know I grew up in Israel and my father was in the Palmach. He was a Palmachnik. The Palmach is the striking force of the Haganah, the predecessor of the IDF. And that's actually why I call it Haganah. Haganah is a tribute to my father and the people who fought for Israel. So when I was a kid growing up in Israel from age 10 and up, because up to 10 years old I was in Brussels, when I grew up in Israel, my father would say, come on, gotta go to the reunion barbecue. And he usually used to get really excited about it. And the reunion barbecue was a bunch of Palmachniks get together. Usually was in a moshav or kibbutz. I don't remember the names. I was 11 years old. I didn't keep track of the names of the kibbutz or the moshav. And all those palmachniks would get together and play chess or backgammon and have a barbecue. At the barbecue, there was always this guy with the eye patch, Moshe Dayan. And I used to be intrigued as a kid. I said, Dad, who's that guy? Everybody wants to talk to that guy. He's like a rock star. Even among his own people, he was like a rock star. And he goes, well, that's Moshe. I go, what up with his eye? And he goes, don't ask questions, right? And he would be respectful, this and that. Okay. Now, the reason why I bring Moshe Dayan up is because Moshe Dayan has one of my favorite quotes. And his quote is, I have the strength to endure it all. Okay, so what I want to talk today is endurance. Okay. Endurance is something that a lot of people neglect to develop because it's painful. It's suffering. As a matter of fact, in Israel, we call endurance kosher sibolet. Kosher sibolet means the ability to suffer. Okay, so in the IDF, they always say, okay, he's fast, he's close, but how much kosher sibolet yesh lo kosher sibolet? And that's actually suffering. Okay, so a lot of people leave that alone. Okay, so in Israel, we also have a principle, if you can't do a task, cut it in half. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little trick here for people who want to develop endurance. Let's say you want to be able to run 2 kilometers easy, okay? You're not a runner and you want to run 2 kilometers easy or 2 miles, whatever the fuck it is, right? And you go to that run and you're fucking dying. In other words, you're trying to make it and halfway through you start thinking, oh, this is killing me, it's too hot, because we're in Florida, everybody uses the heat as an excuse. Oh, it started raining, I'm done with the run, whatever. So it's just you can't do it. You can't do 2 kilometers. Okay. So what you do is you cut it in half. Okay. And I talked about that at the seminar. I was at Trentos in New Jersey. So I'm just giving that example here, right? So you cut it in half. So you take 1 kilometer and you run it until you run that 1 kilometer easy. The day you can run that 1 kilometer easy, you take the second half of that 2 kilometers, because originally you were trying to run 2 kilometers, and you take that second half and you cut that fucker in half. So now you're starting to conquer running 3/4 of a kilometer or a mile, whatever, right? And then when you can run that 3/4 of that kilometer easy, then you add the other half of the other half. And sooner or later, you'll be able to do a task. This is the principles I've been applying my entire life. Okay? If you can do a task, cut it in half. Conquer the half. After that, cut the second half in half, conquer that half, and then the whole thing. It's a process. It is what it is. You can apply that to running, workouts, burpees, sparring rounds. Let's say you're one of the guys, you put the sparring gear on and you're fresh, first round, second round, you're great. By the third or fourth round, you're fucking dying. Okay, so now you know 4 rounds is your gauge. Okay, so you spar 2 rounds until it's a piece of cake. Then you add the third round until it's a piece of cake, and then 4 rounds. And then that becomes your half. You fought 4 rounds and you add half of that. Now you spar 6 rounds until it's easy, and then you add the other half of that second half, which is 8 rounds. That's how you do it right. Logical progress. Not try to do something that you cannot do and you end up giving up or you end up breaking. Okay, everybody's got a breaking point. I don't care who you are. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how much mental toughness you have. I don't care if you're an Israeli commando, a Navy SEAL, an Olympic athlete, or who the fuck you are. Everybody has a breaking point. Okay, so when you find that breaking point, cut it in half. All right, it's a method, it's a trick. It's been working out for me a lot. In the next few weeks, I'm gonna get out of the car and bring the camera into the school and show people some workouts. When I was in New Jersey, a couple of people said, "Sir, we love your videos, your YouTubes, we're cracking up, this and that," and there's a lot of knowledge that we actually love, but can we see more techniques? Can we see more workouts? So I'm gonna I'm gonna bring the camera in for the next few weeks in the school, show you guys drills that you can develop for combat fitness, fit for battle, whatever you want to call it, and maybe mix some techniques. So see you on the mat starting next week. Next Wednesday, YouTube will be on the mat. Have a good one, guys.